Hi, guys, and welcome back to part two, continuing our discussion of reviewing all the IPL teams. In the first part, we've already reviewed the first five. Continuing this review with me, as usual, again, Mukul. Welcome back.
What's up?
Okay, let's start. We'll jump right in. First and foremost, probably one of the most talked about teams during the IPL auction, Sunrisers Hyderabad. They've done a fair bit considering they finished bottom last season, and now they've taken the money and they've invested it into the squad. A very awful jersey, but they have a new captain. What do you make of their upcoming season? Are they a playoff team now? Do you think Aiden Markram could have been captain? And what does the squad look like? What are your chances?
I think Pat Cummins is a good buy. Obviously, I think he's still a bit expensive. Just a bit, maybe he could have gotten for like maybe 30% less. But he is a good addition. Sunrisers, Markram has won back-to-back SA T20 leagues for Sunrisers. So they have some happiness at least somewhere. So, but looking like it, Sunriser has always been like, I think, a great side. Like previously with Warner and Rashid Khan and everybody. Even initially, Dhawan was part of Sunrisers. So,
Right.
Bhuvneshwar Kumar. So I don't think the problem is with the names. I think, like I said, for Punjab Kings also, I think they lose the crunch moments in the game, and that's where they lose.
Right.
So I think it'll be interesting to see. Last year, I think they just at the later stages of the tournament, I think they just gave up. I think it was not like only Klaasen was firing and sometimes Markram. Otherwise, none of them were contributing. So I think it's important for domestic players to fire in Sunrisers, but I think they have a good leader in Pat Cummins, who is a different. And Sunrisers is one of the side where the foreign talent is crazy good as compared to domestic, but that's their downside also, because probably they don't have any decent domestic talent. Only 4 foreigners can play. But if you look at the foreigners, they are like ridiculous. Like they can play probably a foreigner 11. So
Right, yeah. But I think somebody will have to miss out, because I think Pat Cummins already taken a spot as a captain.
I think Pat Cummins, Markram, Klaasen, and you can say like a Travis Head or
Travis Head. They have Glenn Phillips, Hasaranga.
Yeah.
I think
Glenn Phillips, I don't think won't play. Saranga is probably will depend on the ground and the conditions and everything. I think Jensen will also. If Markram was captain, I think Jensen was bound to play all matches, but I don't think he'll play now. I think Head, Cummins, Markram, and Klaasen will be the 4 foreigners who will play most likely, and then I think one of the players will keep on changing depending on the situation. Let's see.
Yeah, right. Exciting times for Hyderabad fans. Now shifting our focus on to 2 teams who were involved in probably one of the most controversial transfers in the IPL history, Mumbai Indians and Gujarat. We'll start with Mumbai. Hardik Pandya, new captain. They have, I think, in my opinion, they have a really good squad on paper. Do you think they should have stuck with Rohit Sharma as captain, or is it a good decision to give Pandya the captaincy?
See, if Rohit Sharma wasn't the Indian team captain, I think nobody would have cared that much. But like just after the World Cup, they decide on something like this. Like already the fans were disappointed, and on top of that, you do this kind of decisions. It's not so much about Rohit leaving the captaincy. Like we just saw the news, Dhoni also left the captaincy, gave it to Gaikwad. That's not the problem.
Yeah.
The way it was done, that was the problem. I think people are more pissed off on Hardik Pandya that that you did this clause that if you want me back in the MI side, you have to give me captainship.
Right.
That's not a they could have convinced Rohit also, you announce I will be leaving captaincy and I'll be giving Hardik the captaincy and I'll be playing under him. That would have been much dignified way to go. And then on top of that, I did that Mark Boucher interview where he said people are getting emotional for no reason. Indians are those are not it just made things worse. And the recent press conference, if people have seen, they did not have the answer. So it's very awkward. It looks on the face of it. And if I'm not, if the season goes downhill for Mumbai Indians, because their squad is fantastic. But if it goes downhill, the reason would be this awkwardness only, because half of the players would be, the team won't gel properly. If the team doesn't gel, no matter how good individuals are, the performance cannot be given. So let's see.
Okay, and the other side of the coin, Gujarat Titans, big shoes to fill for Shubman Gill as captain now, since Pandya is not here, who gave, I think, 2 fantastic seasons, 2 finals in 2 seasons. Do you think they still
Yeah.
have it to have a third final in a row this time out?
I'm not sure this time because they also have a huge miss in Shami also. Like Shami was an excellent addition to their squad, so they don't have experience now. The only positive Gujarat still has is Nehraji. So Nehraji can do wonders, drinking his coconut water on paper. So it depends on what Nehraji can pull off. But Gujarat Titans still a very good side, though there is obviously no doubt about that. Because if you look at Hardik Pandya, he was not doing much for Gujarat Titans anyways. He barely did anything in batting last season.
Yeah.
In bowling, he took bowled 1 or 2 overs on decent pitches, took a couple of wickets, but that was it. So he did not do much. But obviously his captaincy was a big contribution. So it depends. Gujarat can still can be a
is up to the mark on that front. Do you think he'll be?
But I think like I said, they have good mentors to guide them, Nehraji and I think Gary Custon also. So I think they have good coaches and staff. So I think they will be there to support Gill, and if Gill will be a captain for the first time, so it remains to be seen how he performs.
Right. So shifting a focus up north to the Delhi Capitals, I think big boost for them having Rishabh Pant back as captain and the wicketkeeper batsman. He excels on both fronts. They seem to have a lot of firepower up top. David Warner, Mitch Marsh, Prithvi Shaw, even if you want to consider him. But I think they finished 9th last season. So what do you make of their chances this time out for 2024?
David Warner has been one of the greats of IPL or one of the greats of international. I think he scored second most runs after Virat Kohli or third most after Dhawan, but he has taken least number of matches to score those runs.
Right.
So David Warner was kind of a lone warrior last time also for Delhi Capitals. No, Prithvi Shaw has been such a loophole for the Capitals. He barely performed in some matches. Even I think in later stages of the game, he was considered as a impact sub player also, but even then he did not perform. So I think Prithvi Shaw is a huge problem for Capitals. They have Akshar Patel, who's a great match winner. I really like Akshar Patel. They have Kuldeep Yadav, who also performed very well. Mitchell Marsh and Prithvi Shaw are one of the big problems for Delhi Capitals because they are huge potential. Marsh also takes one spot for the Foreigners, but he does not perform up to the mark. Henrik Nokia also wasn't performing very well last year. So IPL is such a tough tournament, as I keep repeating. If your one or two key players are not performing, not at all, then definitely you lose your spot.
Very interesting to see how their season plays out. And now,
obviously, Rishabh, good, excellent back for him, but he's coming from such a freak injury. He almost died. From the nets, what we have seen, he's fully fit. He's making the ball right, but it remains to be seen how he plays on the actual matches.
Yeah, excited to see him back on the pitch as well, definitely. And now, last but not the least, the Lucknow Super Giants, a team that finished third on the points table last season. But I think in the end, Mumbai proved too much for them in the eliminator. They seem to have a good squad. I think KL Rahul is a good captain. Quinton de Kock, Kyle Myers, a strong finisher in Nicholas Pooran, Marcus Stoinis. So they seem to have a good squad. Do you think they'll repeat last season's success, and are they a playoff team this season for you?
I think Gujarat would have performed much better in the eliminator also if KL Rahul was there. I think Krunal Pandya as a captain did not Also, the Lucknow pitches support them. If you see the ground and pitch in Lucknow, extremely slow. And it supports Lucknow, so because they have Krunal Pandya himself is a good spinner, and then Deepak Hooda, and then all of these players who I think Lucknow has the most number of bowlers. I think in one of the match 9 people bowled, which is just crazy. So KL Rahul, Stoinis, they did a good trade with Rajasthan and Devdutt Padikkal, I think. So they have Padikkal also now. Kyle Mayers was good. Krunal Pandya is good. So Deepak Hooda was terribly out of form last year, but I think, and even Badoni was terribly out of form, but I think they can turn it around this year. If they do, then yes, they have a very good chance. Lucknow, as always, the squad is really good for Lucknow. I think Ravi Bishnoi, Krunal Pandya, de Kock, KL Rahul, Mayers, Padikkal, Pooran. So the squad is excellent. So it depends on how they perform in actual field, but if I would count on Lucknow to actually qualify or finish really close if they don't qualify fifth, maybe 5th or 6th by a point of run rate or something like that.
Right. Okay, that's all for the teams. Mukul, quickly, why don't you give us your prediction? Who do you think will be the top 4 this time going into the playoffs?
Oh, that's a tough one. I think I would back I would back Rajasthan Royals to do it.
Of course.
I would back CSK would be a choice, but I think the change of captaincy might derail their plans.
Right.
So let's see. I name CSK. I would back MI to do it. MI is a crazy squad. Like, even with all the captaincy, even if the team gel bond like bonding is even a little bit okay, I would back them to do it. That's two. I think Lucknow is a third. And I think if you look in the fourth, then I think I would say Sunrisers this time.
Okay.
That's very. I don't think Sunrisers or RCB. Like,
Right.
they are very odd choices, I think. But I would like for these teams to qualify. Like, I don't want again the CSK, MI, and then the same repetition. That doesn't seem. It's boring now.
All right, interesting. Okay, guys, I think that's all we have for this video. We hope you enjoyed our analysis and just a quick rundown of all the squads and what we think of it. We're very excited for the IPL to start. We're currently, while we're recording, this is day one, so we're looking forward to the match. We hope you are as well, and you're building your teams on Gully Cricket. Please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you for the next one. Bye.